Ladies and gentlemen, Anoop Verma posts this thing called Labors of the Objectivist Sisyphus. Now, he put this on Facebook. He writes this in the someplace. It's on a poster thing somewhere. And he puts it on Facebook, and he's friends with objectivists who are friends with him, I guess, or whatever. I'm one of his friends. So I see this stuff, and so I put a comment in that says, Anoop Verma, that article didn't have a single argument in it, as usual. Now he replies and says it has both facts and arguments. Anoop, challenge accepted. First paragraph. The labors of the objectivist followers of Ayn Rand has distinct parallels with the labors of Sisyphus, who was condemned by the gods to roll an immense boulder up a mountain, only to have it roll down to the bottom when he got close to the top. Okay, so that sentence says that the objectivist followers have parallels to Sisyphus. Then describes Sisyphus. Okay, next sentence. Sisyphus must keep repeating the labor for eternity without any hope of success. Now, we're supposed to assume this parallel with objectivists. Okay, all right, we'll just assume that he means the objectivists are doomed to repeat this. Okay, I don't see an argument there, Anoop. That's the first paragraph. Maybe he's going to get to an argument. Let's see. Paragraph 2. The objectivists, too, are condemned by their God to roll the immense boulder of reason, individualism, and liberty up the mountain of reality. It has been prophesied that the one who can make the boulder stay at the top of the mountain of reality will have the keys to the promised land. What? Keys to the promised land. What is that? Is that like Galt's Gulch or something? Or is that capitalist society, a capitalist future society? What exactly does that mean? What does it mean to get the boulder to the top, Anoop? We can't figure out what your analogy means unless you tell us what it means. I mean, if it were clear, maybe we could figure it out. It doesn't seem clear to me. What is getting the boulder to the top? Is that just achieving an objectivist society? It's been prophesied that the one who can make the boulder stay at the top will have the keys to the promised land. What is the promised land? Okay, is objectivist society or something? So far, all the objectivists have failed to complete the Sisyphean labor. All right, so whatever the labor is. Now, if he's saying that so far individuals have failed to complete it, then is it a task that individuals can do? If that's not, then it means, I presume, it means building a society. See, here's the problem, Anoop. An argument wouldn't leave your audience fishing around trying to figure out what in the hell you are going on about. All right, next paragraph. Rand's novels have some good teachings. The problem is primarily with her movement of objectivism, in which two of closest followers, Nathaniel Branden and Leonard Peikoff, have made significant contributions. The problem is primarily with their movement, where Nathaniel Branden and Leonard Peikoff have made significant contributions. That's kind of a messy thought. Both Branden and Peikoff were intellectually, morally, and temperamentally unsuitable for the job, and they have made a complete hash of the Randian enterprise. Okay, that is an assertion. It may or may not be true. I don't know. You haven't provided even an iota of evidence or even an inkling of what you could say something. Maybe he'll say something in the next paragraph. But so far, there's not an argument here. There's not a point here. You're making a comparison between the objectivists and Sisyphus by giving us no concretes that this would apply to. We don't know what it means to roll the boulder up the hill in this analogy, or to get to the top, or for it to roll back down. Does it just mean trying to build an objectivist society? Is that all it means, Anoop? Okay, so they've made a complete hash of the Randian Empire. Now, why? Why? He doesn't say. He goes on to the next paragraph. Now, tell me, what is the hash of the Randian Empire? The fact that it's more popular than ever? The fact that presidential candidates say that they've read Atlas Shrugged. The fact that the Ayn Rand Institute has, gives out 1 million Ayn Rand novels a year to school kids. What's the hash that it's been made of it? I mean, at least give me some idea. Say that they aren't giving out enough books, or the presidential candidates don't take it seriously enough, or something like that. Like, give me some reason. You give me nothing. Okay. Next paragraph. The objectivist conception of reason, individualism, and liberty is not accurate, and neither is their view of man's psychology, his purpose, and his place in the universe. None of that's accurate. The next sentence, I'm sure, will tell us why. I mean, that's not just going to be a naked standing assertion, is it? He's going to say something about why. All right, next sentence. The world of objectivism, with its flawed principles, petty conflict... Oh, no explanation as to why, just on to a different thing now. The world of objectivism could be another paragraph. With its flawed principles... What flawed principles? You haven't mentioned anything about flawed principles. Name one. Petty conflicts. So what would that have to do with objectivism? Because people who practice it or try to say that they're practicing it get in fights? What would that reflect on objectivism? Now, is that the world of objectivism? Petty conflicts are really the world of objectivism? You conceive of it that way, Anoop? A petty conflict rises to be part of the world of objectivism for you? That says something about you, doesn't it? Okay. And cultist methods, yeah, he's one of those guys, appears vastly different from the vibrant world that the readers discover in Rand's novels. Now, I'll take that sentence fragment to mean he thinks highly of the novels, or he thinks that some people think highly of the novels for some semi-plausible reason. I'll go that far. Quoting again, there appeared to be two Ayn Rands, the one who wrote the novels and the one who got mired in objectivism. What can we say of his view of the unity of things? But let's see. So there appear to be two Ayn Rands looking for an argument. Objectivist. Oh, he made all these assertions about objectivist. Reason is not accurate. It has flawed principles, cultist methods, and there are two Ayn Rands. I don't see an argument here, Anoop. Still no argument. We're getting close to the end of the article, buddy. This is about time you put the arguments in. Okay, we got 2 paragraphs left, and one of them is small, dude. All right. Since the 1950s, when objectivism got launched, the objectivists kept rolling the boulder up the mountain, but it kept coming down. Eventually, some prominent and not so prominent objectivists lost faith or got exhausted and bored, and they gave up and drifted away from the unending Sisyphean labor. Some were excommunicated. What is this? Just a history? His view of the history of some of the scandal or something? Some were excommunicated because the Randian elite wanted to monopolize the Sisyphean labor and its ultimate fruit, the keys to the promised land. Again, what is the promised land? What does it mean to get the boulder to the top of the hill? What is this? Keys to the promised land? What is that? Okay, is that objectivist society? Or is that achieving happiness in your own life? Or what? Could you tell us, if you want us to think that you are saying something, could you say it? Besides a smear. This is all just a smear and assertions. You haven't even, you don't even want to prove anything. You're not even trying to prove anything. All right. The objectivists who remain in the fold appear tired, garrulous, and peevish. Is Mr. Cropper tired, garrulous, and peevish? Their mind is a cauldron of the pent-up anger of the decades. Anoop, you son of a bitch! They keep performing the Sisyphean labor even though they are filled with the dread that they may never find the promised land. Oh, the dread. Ladies and gentlemen, the only dread that I have is that I'm going to go on Facebook tomorrow and Anoop is going to have more fucking drivel on there.